Hello everyone, this is Nitin with Site 24/7. I warmly welcome you all to today's training session. Today's session we will be discussing on dashboards. So how to create various dashboards, status page product. So we will see the advantages of using status page product of Site 24/7, and we will also see about the various alerting options in Site 24/7. So here Site 24/7, it's not only going to monitor and show the status in dashboards. Instead, we also notify users on the abnormalities happening in your resources. And finally, we will see the various reporting options available in Site 24/7. So this will be the topic that we'll be discussing today. So quickly moving to today's session, dashboards, alerting, status page, and report training. Scope of today's session. So we will start with the reporting and various types of reports. And then we will see alerting and how to configure alerts. Integration. So we already saw about integrations in our previous sessions. However, today we will quickly rush through on all the supported applications which can be integrated with Site 24/7. We will be discussing about status page and alerting. So moving to reports. So here you can generate reports for monitor groups. So I believe that you are aware of the monitor group functionality in Site 24/7, which helps you to organize the monitors available in your account. For example, let's assume that you have different environments, sandbox environment or production environment, test environment. And if you are going to add all the resources to your Site 24/7 account, it might be a bit clumsy. So using the monitor groups option, you can group them. For example, you can create a group exclusively for sandbox, a group exclusively for the production team. So likewise, you can organize the account. And for this monitor groups, it is possible for you to generate various reports. And you can also generate reports for individual monitors configured in your account. And we also have option where you can generate custom reports. So for individual monitor and monitor groups, it is system generated. Whereas custom reports, you can customize based on your needed, based on your requirements. For example, if you want to bring in metrics of multiple monitor types in a single report, that is possible using the custom reports. And we will see about this scheduled reports. So that is something which we always recommend users to try, which will help you to avoid manual intervention with the tool. So each time you need not have to log into Site 24/7 just to generate reports. By using scheduled report option, you can set the frequency and the reports will be automatically generated and triggered to all the configured users. And we will see about SLA report. So how to configure SLA and associate them with monitors and custom dashboards. So reports by monitor groups. So under monitor groups, you can generate various reports like summary report, availability summary report, health trend report, step summary report, which is exclusively for web transaction browser based monitors, and performance report. So let me take you to Site 24/7 demo screen. So participants who are new or who are yet to register with the product, this is how the tool looks like. So towards the left, we have a dedicated tab for each monitor type, starting from website, APM, server, admin tab. So the first session was on admin, where we discussed about all the options available under admin. So with regards to reports, we have an exclusive tab here. So you can click on reports. This will show all the resources. So advanced analytics, custom reports, monitor groups, SLA report. So based on monitors, each reports will also be pulled out. So let's start with reporting based on monitor groups. So here you have the summary report. You can choose the time interval. So Site 24/7 being a cloud-based monitoring solution, we offer high data retention. So this is a monitor group for multiple resources. So this availability report will give you a quick glimpse of the vital status, like the overall downtime for the entire monitor group, the total uptime, mean time to repair, mean time between failures. So here you can see there are 3 monitors added to the specific group. So for each monitor, what is the availability, overall outage duration, and the total number of outages. So total suspended time percentage, total scheduled maintenance. So we have an option where you can include maintenance for uptime calculation. So by selecting it as include, it will enhance. So previously the availability was close to 50%. Now by including the maintenance for uptime calculation, the availability went up. So the same way you can enable this option under customized report settings as well. so that the maintenance time will be calculated against uptime calculation. So this is a quick summary report. Let's focus on availability summary report. So availability summary report will give you insights on all the three resources that has been a part of the monitor group. So here you can see the overall outage details, monitor wise outage details, mean time to repair. Those informations will be available here. So the mean time to repair can be reduced using the root cause analysis report. So whenever Site 24/7 identifies any outages, instantaneously we notify users, and in the next 90 seconds, we trigger a report called a root cause analysis report. This report will contain all the information about the outage. Like for example, if it is a server, you can get to know the CPU utilization, top processes on that specific outage. So which process consumed high memory. Likewise, if it is a website monitor, you can get to know the response code. You can get to know the trace route information, screenshots captured from browser, ping analysis, server reachability details. So those informations will help you to fix the issues quickly and ensure that your end customers are not affected of it. So thereby, the mean time to repair parameter can be reduced. So adding to the availability summary report, so we have hint report, step summary report. So the step summary report, which is exclusively for web transaction based monitors, which using the web transaction based monitor, we know that you can monitor a sequence of transaction, like logging in. After logging in, you can perform some actions in an e-commerce site, like adding, exploring few products, adding products to the cart, and finally checking out of the tool as well. So those will be part of it. Availability summary report, health trend report, step summary report, and performance report. So let's quickly see about the health trend report now. So this will list all the supported reports available for monitor groups, starting from summary report, availability report. Performance report will give you all the insights about all the resources that are part of the groups. For example, website monitors, which will show you the response time, throughput informations, configuration profiles associated to it. So those informations will be available under the performance report. So let me quickly show you a So it's also possible for you to change the time interval. So based on frequency, for example, if you wanted to generate for last quarter, last 30 days, how you want the unit of time to be, raw, hourly, business hours, and based on locations. So this specific website is being mounted from 3 locations. So response time. And this generated report, it can be shared. You can export it as PDF, you can export it as CSV, publish it, email it right away, or you can even schedule the report. So we also have a exclusive option to schedule, or directly from the report. After generating the report, you will be able to schedule it. So this is a website monitor where you can get to know the response time, throughput informations, response time based on location. So response time informations will be available here. So this is pretty much how you will be seeing in monitor groups as well. So for all the server. So for all the 3 servers, you can get to know the availability, use space, memory utilization, CPU usage. Those informations will be listed out. So reports for individual monitors. So similar to monitor groups, you can generate report for individual monitors based on multiple axes like summary report, availability summary, business hour report. So business hour report will help you to understand in each time of the day or day of the week how your resources are functioning, whether there is a peak in response time, or if it is server, what is the CPU utilization. Those can be captured using the busy hours report. And likewise, the performance report will help you to get the insights of your application, whether what is the CPU utilization, what the response time status is. Those can be captured. So moving to a website monitor. So let me take a server as an example here. So summary. So for server monitor, you have various other reporting options. So summary report, availability summary report, service disks partition report. So if you have multiple disks in place, it is possible for you to generate reports on individual disk partition, network adapter report. So all the physical and virtual network adapters connected to a server can be generated in reports. Processes, so the critical services and processes running in the machine can be obtained as reports. So rest of the options are pretty much similar, like busy hours report, health trend report, agent inventory report, and performance report. So you can choose the time interval. So here you can see the summary report. Summary report for the entire year, or you can change based on monitors. Monitor status can be set up. And it is also possible for you to generate top-end reports, like top-end based on CPU, top-end based on memory disks. So this will list all the servers that are being added for monitoring in your account and list the ones which has top CPU unit or top memory and top disks available. So it looks like there is a small issue with the internet connectivity. One moment. So this is the performance report that I was talking about. So this is for server monitor. So you can get to know the CPU utilization, memory utilization. So CPU utilization based on each poll. So the poll details that you see here is based on the date picker selected. So if you select something like this year or anything higher than this day, an aggregated data will be shown. So average disk utilization. So what you're seeing here is a weekly average. So that entire data will be aggregated for weekly and it will be shown here. So this data again, it can be shared. So it is possible for you to choose the business hours and generate reports only for your business hour. So you might be running your business from 10 to 5 and you are interested to see only resources functioning during that specific business hour. You're not worried about anything that is happening beyond that interval. So in those cases, you can choose the hours for which the data to be captured. And likewise, you can capture data based on specific attributes. If you do not want to see insights on all the attributes that we capture. So for example, for server monitoring, as I stated earlier, we capture close to 100 metrics. So if you're interested to see only specific metrics like CPU utilization, memory, it's also possible for you to choose only the desired attribute and generate report. The server process report, all the processes running in it, you will be able to generate. And likewise, top N servers based on CPU. So this will list all the servers which has highest CPU cores, average, maximum. So here you can see this specific server has highest CPU utilization in it. So we saw about the summary report for monitors. Summary report will help you to get a quick glimpse on all the vital details like mean time to repair, total downtime, total outage, scheduled maintenance interval. So we also saw the difference between including the maintenance for uptime calculation and excluding it. For server monitor, availability summary report. So let's quickly see availability summary report for website monitor. So availability percentage. So if at all, if there are any outages for the specific website, the same will be listed here. Location wise outage information. The profiles configured for the website will be listed. So what threshold profile does it use? The threshold details, mean time to repair, and mean time between failure informations. Similarly for website, here you can see health trend report. So health trend report will give you on which part of the day or in which part of the year the website had highest number of outages or response time and alarms. So here you can see this monitor has been configured since 2018. So since 2018, in each year, and which month it had highest number of outage, which year had the highest number of response time. So those informations can be captured using the health trend report. Top and websites based on response time. So this will pull out all the websites available in your account and pull it with the highest number of response time. So here again, you can filter it based on top 5, top 10, top 20, up to top 100. So availability summary report. This availability summary report will also show you the downtime details as well, like overall outage is captured for the monitor. Availability summary report. So here you can see top N websites based on response time. So 3 websites altogether, and the one with the highest response time will be pulled up here. So health trend report, availability summary report. Availability summary report also shows you the overall outages. If at all, if the website has multiple outages for the selected interval of time, the overall outages will be listed along with the reason for the outage. And it also shows the location and the configuration profiles. So whatever profile the specific resource is associated with, the same will also be highlighted. Busy hours report. So based on the interval, so here you can see the availability. So you have busy hours report. So this busy hours report can be generated based on the hours in a day or based on days in the week. So from this report, you can get to know in which day usually there is high response time to your website. There is high traffic to your site. So here you can see that in Wednesdays, the response time of website, that specific website has the highest, like it is close to 2000 millisecond. And likewise, you can set it for the hours of day, in which specific hour there is highest traffic or highest response time to your website. Specific attributes, like you can, here there is a small GIF file for the response time graph. So here you can find the latency information like the DNS time, first byte time, connection time. So the entire parameters will be split up, so you can see the check the latency information. Along with it, you can also get a raw poll data. So website monitoring throughput informations. So you can mouse over it, which will either you can grab so that you can expand the graph and get to know how your resources were functioning. So response time based on locations. So in the previous sessions, we discussed about the monitoring location. It is possible for you to choose multiple location. So in the performance report, it is possible for you to generate report based on location. So you can get to know from each location what is the response time in a graphical manner. So performance report for web transaction monitor. So stepwise informations can be captured. So for individual step, what is the response time for each step, and you can also get the overall transaction time for the web transaction monitor. So response time for web page speed browser monitor. Top end reports. Top end reports list the top end resources with highest values in defined set of data collections. So this is not only for website monitoring, it can be achieved for other monitor types as well. So top end reports based on response time, based on CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk usage. For all of it, it can be obtained. Step summary report. So this is something exclusively for available exclusively for web transaction browser monitor. So for individual steps, you will be able to get to know the availability percentage and response time data. So here you have the web application real browser. So this is an example of step summary report where you can see individual steps along with the availability and the average response time to resolve that specific step. Here is a performance report of a website monitor, the throughput information. So you can further zoom in. So response time based on locations and overall aggregated data for locations as well. So the transaction browser monitor. So this is the web transaction browser monitor's step summary report. So for individual step, you can get to know the availability and average response time. So SLA report in Site 24/7, it is possible for you to define SLA and associate it with multiple monitors. So we support various SLA types like availability SLA, response time SLA, composite SLA, and executive summary SLA. So you can navigate to admin, report settings, SLA settings. So this is where you can create an SLA. So you can define what sort of SLA is needed, whether it is availability summary, response time, composite. Executive SLA will be available for monitor groups. So display name test. So you can choose the SLA whether to be associated only to specific monitors or for monitor groups. If business hours should be selected, you can choose it from the drop down. So before selecting it, please ensure that you have created a business hour under business hour option. So this is where you can create a business hour. So after creating the business hour, the same will be available from the drop down and choose the goal. So if so SLA goal is success if the value is greater than 90%. This average if it is equal to or greater than 65%. Failure anything lesser than 50. So likewise, you can define an SLA. So this is availability SLA. You can set it for response time and composite, which is a mixture of both availability and response time. So after creating the SLA, you can associate it. So based on the selected monitors and monitor groups, it will be applied, and it is possible for you to generate reports based on the associated SLA. So here we have composite SLA. So we can also view an availability SLA as well. So composite and availability SLA. So availability SLA. So this is how the SLA report looks like. Looks like the SLA has failed for this monitor. So it's again, it is possible for you to choose the time interval for which you need to see the data. So likewise, it is possible for you to create SLA, multiple SLA, and associate it with monitors and generate reports for the same. So availability SLA, response time SLA, composite SLA, and executive summary SLA. So executive summary SLA will be available for monitor groups. Custom report. So we saw various reporting options available in Site 24/7. So these are system generated, which cannot be modified. Like you will not be able to bring in reports of multiple monitors into a single report. In order to accomplish that use case, we have an option called custom report, where you can build reports based on a requirement. So however you want, you can create reports. So create custom report. Choose the monitor types, website, and it is also possible for you to choose multiple monitors as well. So server monitor and website has been selected. So the metrics of both those two monitor types will be listed here. So you can choose response time, CPU, memory utilization. So now here we are going to see a report which contains the information of both website as well as server. So process queue length, disk write, those informations, and you can choose for which resource the report should be generated. And you can also define time frequency. So here it is also possible for you to choose multiple time intervals as well. So generate report. This will generate a quick report based on the attribute selected. So here it will not show any graphical mode of data. So it is only the numeric value for all the selected attributes the report shows. And once the report is generated, you can export it as PDF, or you can further customize it by clicking on add more metrics to it. So custom report, click on reports, create report, choose the attributes for which the reports are needed. You can choose multiple monitor types here. We have outage reports which are exclusively to keep a track of all the outages happening in your account. So you can go to home, outages. So here you can also filter based on the time interval. So we also have an option to create custom period. So if you want to know all the outages that your account had on the 1st of April, it is possible for you to choose the custom interval and pull up a report on all the outages. So this will give you a quick list on all the outages, where directly you can mark it as maintenance or delete the outage as well. Shared resources. It is possible for you to share the status of your resources to your end customers. We have a status page option, operations dashboards, and public reports. So this status page option will be soon deprecated. So if you go to admin share, you have status page, uptime button, operations dashboard, and public reports. So now since we have brought in a new product called status page in Site 24/7, the existing status page feature will be deprecated. So no new enhancements can be expected to the status page. Whereas the uptime button or operations dashboard, so this will help you to give you a real-time data of all your resources, by we support two different layouts. Test all monitors save. So this will generate a permalink. You can share the permalink. All you have to do is you will have to access the permalink, which will show you a quick report that has been generated. So here you can see all the reports. So here you can see the operations dashboard that was just created right now. So which will show you the current status of all your resources along with the performance attributes. This is something which we have generated for all the resources available in my account. Likewise, you can filter based on your requirement. For example, if you want to generate this report only for specific set of monitors, you can choose them, or you can also choose the monitor groups for which reports will be generated. You also have this option to generate public reports, which is pretty much similar. You can choose the type of report you want a group. You can choose the group for which the report should be generated. So these are not mandatory, the business hour and reporting period. So a permalink will be generated. You can share the permalink and you can request the end users to access them, which will help them to view the report. So here you can see the report, public report. So here you can see reports, and you can also embed the report in your existing website using the iframe. So a report will be quickly generated and shared. So it's not needed that you will have to go to report section to generate reports and share it with your end clients. Directly using the public report option, it is possible for you to generate reports and share it with your end customers. So customizing report. So under report settings, we have scheduled report where you can schedule the reports based on your frequency. For example, if the reports need to be generated once in every month, you can choose monthly as a frequency and define the time interval. So this is something which we always recommend users to try it, because you need not have to log into site 24/7 just because to generate reports. So based on the defined frequency, reports will be automatically generated and configured or triggered to the configured users. And customize report. So this is where you can make changes to the existing report. You can change the logo, you can change the background color, you can even change the from email address. So this is the address through which the reports will be triggered. Not only the reports, even the alert emails as well. And here you have an option called in reports treat monitors as up during maintenance interval. So this will ensure that maintenance interval captured are calculated against uptime calculation. And you can also define the precision of availability percentage based on digits. For example, you might want to see the availability by 2 digits, for example, 98.42. Some might have a different use case. They want to see the exact availability details, like up to 4 digits. So we currently support up to 4 digits. So you can choose based on your requirement. You can also have a preview on how the settings would look like. The scheduled reports. So this is something which we just saw. Now we can quickly move to dashboards. So Site 24/7 supports various dashboards like custom dashboard. We in custom dashboards, as the name suggests, you can bring in widgets of any monitor type. So other dashboards like business view, infrastructure dashboard, we also have a NOC view. So NOC view is a live dashboard which shows the current status of all your resources. So that dashboard can be added to your big screen so that you can constantly get to know the current status of all your resources. So if you go to home, so here you can find the NOC view. So NOC view will give you a glimpse of all the resources configured. So just next to add monitor, you have this NOC view option. So this is a live dashboard which shows the current status of all your resources. Any changes to the status of the monitor, instantaneously it will be reflected here. And you can furthermore filter. So for instance, if you want to know only the ones which are in the down state, you can filter based on your requirement. So here you have dashboard option, home dashboard. So custom dashboard, infrastructure dashboard, business view, infrastructure maps, system dashboards, assets. So let's focus on custom dashboard. So custom dashboards, you can build widgets of any monitor type. For example, create new. So custom dashboard, this is how it looks like. So from the choose widget option, you can choose a type of widget that is needed. So we support performance widget, multi-monitor widget, even app logs can be pushed here. So here you can see app log widgets, iframe widget, availability. So based on your use case, you can bring in widgets, performance widget. Choose the monitor, whether it is a monitor, monitor group, or child entity. monitor, all monitors, or what sort of monitor types the report is needed. So here you can choose all the monitor types. So websites only, website. So all the websites available in my account will be pulled out, and it's a simple click and drag. So however you want, you can add the dashboard. So likewise, you can change the monitor, server monitor. You can choose multiple monitors, choose a time interval, and then so this is the benefit of having a full stack monitoring solution. So directly in the dashboard, you can build in such a way that you can have a glimpse of all your resources. For example, let's assume that you have a website, you have a server, application server as such. So you can build a dashboard which shows the status of your website, status of your server which hosts the website, and you can also have a widget for your application server. So if your website is not performing to the expected level, you can see from the dashboard, you can directly get to know how the server is performing for that specific interval. And if the server is performing fine, you can see how your application is performing. So if the application is not performing to the expected level, you can get into a conclusion that the application is in trouble, which caused the website to perform weird to perform in a weird manner, or the website might not respond to the expected level. For example, the average response time of the website might be 3 seconds, but because of this issue in the application server, the website might have taken more time than expected, maybe more time, like over 10 seconds or 15 seconds, causing the transactions to take slowness in the application. So directly from the dashboard, it will be possible for you to build in any widgets. And once the dashboard is built, it is also possible for you to share the dashboard. For example, training, once the customization is done, click on done customization, and you can share it. You can make it public and export it as PDF. So clicking on make public, a permalink will be generated, pretty much similar to all the share options that we saw earlier. And you can simply share this permalink so that all the users who have access to the permalink will be able to access the dashboard. So likewise, we have various other options, like you can change the background, you can change to night mode, day mode as well. And directly in the dashboard, you can add NOC view, that is, which shows the status of all your resources, and app logs widgets can also be included. And we have this anomaly dashboard. So anomaly dashboard, it is built using AI engine. So if you navigate to admin anomaly dashboard, so this AI engine, what it does is it studies the monitor behavior. So let's assume that you're adding a resource for monitoring. So it studies what is the behavior of the specific monitor, what is the response time, what is the average CPU utilization. So based on the behavior of the monitor, this anomaly engine will automatically assign a baseline value. So that baseline value will be constantly compared with all the aggregated data. So if at all, if there is a sudden spike, or if the uh, specific attribute is not performing to the expected level, it will be marked as an anomaly inside 24/7, and we start notifying users. So here is a sample Java application. So here you can see various severities. So inside 24/7, we classify the anomalies based on 3 severities. One is confirmed anomaly, likely, and info severity. So here there is a confirmed anomaly. So here you can see the response time of HTTP call for the host has surged to 5,000 milliseconds, which has resulted in 4.3 times an increase in the response time from the baseline value. So initially the baseline value was close to 1,000 milliseconds, and on this specific poll, the response time surged to close to 5,000 milliseconds, which has resulted 4.3 times. So which is an anomaly. So even before you could configure some thresholds manually to the site 24/7 or to the specific resource, we understand the behavior of the monitor and start notifying users. So proactively, you can take actions and ensure that your end users are not affected. So what if this anomaly continues? What if it goes beyond 10,000 milliseconds? So when it reaches a point, there are chances that the entire application itself might get crashed. So your entire production environment will be affected. So using this anomaly, also by configuring the thresholds, helps you to proactively monitor your resources and ensure that everything is everything stays well within the limit. So anomaly dashboard, business view. So if you navigate to monitor groups, it is possible for you to have business view. So here you have business view where you can get to know all the resources which are part of the monitor. You can get to know the availability of it, and you can also check the availability of subgroups as well. So here you can see there is a monitor group which is a parent group which has two child group subgroups. So you can get to know what is the status of each of these groups. Likewise, it is possible for you to create monitors with subgroup as well. So from the business view, you can get to know how your monitor group and subgroups are available. So here you have a business view. Status page. So status page is a new product in Site 24/7. So as stated earlier, we have made it GA last week. So close to a year, it was in beta phase. Here is the product switcher icon. You can click on it, click status page. So all the created status pages will be listed here. So the existing status page that you had in Site 24/7, the normal status page feature, can also be migrated to the new status page. Click on status page. So here you have additional benefits. You have additional options than what you had in the previous version of status page. So you can allow your end users to subscribe to the page, which was not possible in the feature which we had earlier, and you can make additional configurations as well. Like you can protect the status page, you can restrict it based on IP range, and much more can be performed. So here you can find the status page. Incident informations will be listed, so you can create incidents directly from the incident tabs. If you want to add new maintenance can be added. All the users who have subscribed to the page will be listed here. So you being an admin, it will be possible for you to manage all the subscribers, whether to remove them from the list or to give them specific actions. So those can be defined here. So the purpose of status page is to share the status of your resources to your end customers. Let's assume that you are planning some maintenance activity. So it's quite obvious that during the maintenance interval, all the end users might face some lag while accessing the application. So how are we going to notify about this maintenance to your end customers? So you can post announcements, or the entire maintenance action can itself be included as an event in Site 24/7. So here you have an option to add maintenance option. Like you can add maintenance activity here. You have option to customize. So you can change logo. You can even change the fav icon. Settings. So widget control can be done here. So here you can add various options like to share the entire performance details, or to restrict access for your clients, or to the users who have access to the status page. That can be defined here. Status automation. So the components in Site 24/7, it can either be updated directly from Site 24/7 console, or through APIs, or through email. So directly by sending out an email, it is possible for you to create incidents and change status. We also have support various alerting. So in the previous version of status page, alerting was not supported. Here we notify users via email, SMS, and RSS feeds. Privacy. So I was talking about the IP-based restriction and password protection. So that can be defined under settings, privacy. So here you can set up IP range. So users accessing within this IP range alone will be able to access a status page. You can protect the status page using password, and you can hide status page from the search engines as well. So this is the new status page product in Site 24/7. Moving to the alerting part. Alerting in Site 24/7, it is purely based on users. So while adding the users, you should define the type of alerts the end user the users prefer to receive. So here the default alerting medium is email. Adding to it, we have voice call notification support. We have support for SMS. We also have this push notification. So Site 24/7 being a cloud-based product, you can download the mobile application which supports both Android as well as iOS. So directly from the mobile application, you can receive push notification. So this mobile application, it is not only to receive push notifications. You can perform various other actions, like you can check the status of your resources. You can even restart servers directly from your mobile application. You can view RCA. You can check outages. So much more can be performed using this push notification. So intelligent alerting. So this is what I was talking about. While adding the users, you will have to define the type of mediums, notification mediums the user should have access to. So you can navigate to admin, user and alert management, add users. So Site 24/7 being a GDPR compliant, when you add the email address or phone number, invite will be triggered. So only upon accepting the invite, the user will be able to log in or be able to receive updates from Site 24/7. So likewise, you can add numbers. So even to the mobile number, an SMS will be sent. So only upon verifying the number, the user will receive notifications. So here you can define for which severity the user needs to be notified. Should the user be notified over phone, for down severity, for critical? So here you also should be noted that for SMS and voice call alerts, alert credits will be consumed. So it's vital that you configure SMS and voice call only for the needed severities. For example, it's not that important to have both SMS and voice call for up alerts. Instead, you can have only one so that you can save your alert credits. Likewise, you can define alerting period. So for example, if you do not prefer to be notified over the phone during weekends or during non-business hour, that can be defined here. So this alerting period and don't alert me, this applies only for SMS and voice call alerts, not for email alerts. Email alerts are email alerts will be triggered round the clock for all the outages for which the users are associated. So once when the user is added, you will have to group the user, and the created group should be associated with the monitors. So proactive monitoring and alerting. So proactive monitoring, we recommend users to set up thresholds. So we saw about the threshold option in our previous sessions. So threshold, it varies for each monitor type because the type of metrics that we capture for each module changes. In a server monitor, we capture metrics like CPU utilization, memory, whereas in website, we capture response time based on different locations. So even before your application is completely down, using this threshold, it will be possible for you to understand how your resources are functioning. For example, if the CPU utilization is more than 90%, you can configure a threshold so that you will be notified whenever it goes beyond 90. So you can take necessary actions and ensure that it stays well within the limit. So if you are not configuring any alerts, any thresholds, this might reach up to 100%, which result in malfunctioning of any of the services or processes in the specific server. Likewise, we have this threshold option across all the monitor types in Site 24/7, and also configuring alerting for anomaly is also recommended. So you can get to know even without configuring any thresholds how your resources are functioning. So here we can see the threshold for both server as well as website. So as stated, for each monitor type, the type of thresholds that we capture completely differs. And moving to the third-party integration part. So Site 24/7 supports various third-party applications to which it can be integrated. So our own Manage Engine and Service Desk Plus, Zoho products like Zoho Analytics, Manage Engine Service Desk Plus, Manage Engine Alarms One can be integrated. Adding to it few external solutions like PagerDuty, Microsoft Teams, Jira, MoveSoft can be integrated. So these are like instant or ticketing tool. So whenever there is an outage in Site 24/7, you're not just being notified from Site 24/7 alone, but also in your third-party application, tickets will be created and automatically technicians will be assigned to it. So the manual works are completely avoided. Thereby you can save time, which will eventually ensure that the issues are fixed within a short span. So again, it reflects the mean time to repair. The mean time to repair parameter can be reduced. So these are the supported applications to which Site 24/7 can be integrated for now. So feedbacks are welcome. Maybe if you prefer we should support any other applications as well, you can let us know. So based on feasibility, we can add those applications for integration as well. So learnings from today's session, In today's session, we saw the various reporting types available. Adding to it, we also saw the configurations on reporting and dashboards. So we also saw a glimpse of the new status page product. So how to configure status page and how to protect your status page. We saw the importance of adding users and configuring alerts. So how to save alert credits by defining only proper notification mediums for write severities. And we saw the list of third-party integrations that are supported in Site 24/7. So with this, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you all for participating on today's training program. So let's be in touch. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.